The Millionaire and the Dancer. The music inside Club Aurora was deafening. Neon lights bathed the velvet walls, smoke curled above the crowd, and the bass rattled the tables where men in silk suits tossed bills like they were nothing. On stage, every spotlight fell on Aaliyah Brown. She was 25, a black woman with smooth, dark skin that glistened under the light. Her long braids swung with every movement. The curves of her body caught the eyes of everyone in the room, but it was her presence that held them. She wasn't just moving to the rhythm. She commanded it, bent it, owned it. The crowd cheered, dollar bills flew, and men leaned forward like hungry animals. But behind her painted lips and practiced smile, Aaliyah's heart felt heavy. This wasn't her dream. Once, she had wanted to open a small dance school to teach children in her community how to find freedom in movement. Life had stolen that dream. Her father left when she was only 7. Her older brother was killed in a robbery when she was 16. Her mother's health broke after that, leaving Aaliyah to pay for rent, food, and medicine. She tried college, but bills mounted. Jobs didn't pay enough. And soon she found herself here, on a stage where men cheered, but no one truly saw her. In the VIP lounge sat Malik Johnson. He was 32, a black tech entrepreneur whose name was printed on magazines and business journals. To outsiders, he had it all: money, cars, real estate, influence. But Malik came to the club not for pleasure. He came for silence in the noise, for escape from boardrooms and backstabbing investors. Every weekend he sat quietly in his corner, sipping water or a single glass of whiskey. Other men roared with laughter, showered money, demanded attention. Malik only watched. His eyes didn't devour Aaliyah's body like the rest. His gaze was steady, thoughtful, almost sad. At first, Aaliyah ignored him. Just another rich man with a heavy wallet, she thought. But week after week, he kept returning. He never tried to touch her, never threw money, never shouted, only watched, as if searching for the truth behind her smile. One night, after her set, Aaliyah stepped outside into the cool night air. She leaned against the brick wall, lighting a cigarette. The neon sign buzzed overhead. "You dance like you're trapped," a deep voice said. She turned. Malik stood a few feet away, his suit jacket over his arm, his tie loosened. "It's not art," she said flatly. "It's survival." He tilted his head. "Survival for what?" She exhaled smoke. "For my mother's pills? For the landlord's rent? For a girl I used to be who thought dancing would mean freedom." Something flickered in his gaze. "Maybe it still can." She gave a bitter laugh. "You don't know me. You don't know what I've done." "No," he admitted calmly, "but I know what it feels like to live in a cage everyone else calls success." That was the first night she let him walk her home. Over the next weeks, Malik returned not just to the club, but into her life. He waited for her after shows, took her for coffee in quiet places where no one recognized them. They talked for hours. Aaliyah told him about her brother, about the night she got the call that he'd been shot. She told him about her mother, now too weak to work, and how the bills kept drowning her. She confessed how every night on stage felt like a piece of her soul was being sold. Malik listened. Then he told her about his own scars, about growing up in poverty, about fighting through discrimination in business, about losing friends to violence along the way. "Money didn't heal everything," he said one night. "It just gave me better rooms to feel lonely in." For the first time in years, Aaliyah felt seen, not as entertainment, not as fantasy, but as a woman. One Friday, the club was rowdier than usual. A group of drunk men filled the front tables. One of them staggered onto the stage and grabbed Aaliyah's arm. "Dance with me, baby," he slurred. She shoved him back, but he lunged again. The crowd laughed. Before she could react, Malik was there. He stormed forward, yanking the man away. The drunk swung at him. Chaos erupted. Glasses shattered. Fists flew. Security struggled to contain the fight. In the mess, Aaliyah was shoved to the ground. Broken glass cut into her palm. Panic seized her chest until strong hands lifted her. Malik pulled her against him, shielding her body as he forced a way out of the chaos. Outside, the night air was sharp. Malik's lip was bleeding, his suit torn, but he didn't care. "You don't belong in there," he said hoarsely. Tears filled her eyes. "Don't you understand?" "I have no choice." "Yes, you do." His voice was fierce. "And if you can't see it, I'll show you." From that night forward, everything changed. Malik introduced her to studio owners who let her teach children for free. He helped her mother see real doctors, not the cut-rate clinics that barely cared. He didn't try to buy her out of her life. Instead, he reminded her of who she had always wanted to be. Aaliyah began to dream again. She spent her afternoons teaching kids how to leap and spin. She saw her mother's health improve. At night, she laughed with Malik in ways she had never laughed before. But the world noticed. Whispers spread. The millionaire and the dancer. Social media mocked them. Newspapers painted her as a gold digger, him as a fool. Aaliyah broke down one night. "You should walk away. They'll never let us forget what I was." Malik cupped her face. "I don't care what they say. I didn't fall in love with their words. I fell in love with you." Weeks later, Malik took her to a rooftop garden lit with candles. A violinist played softly. The city sparkled around them. Malik dropped to one knee, a diamond ring in his hand. "Aaliyah," he said, voice shaking, "you gave me back hope. You reminded me why I built everything I have. Will you marry me?" Her lips trembled. "You know what they'll call me." "You know where I came from. I know who you are," he said. "Strong, beautiful, worthy." Mine tears spilled down her cheeks. "Yes." Months later, Club Aurora shut its doors. On the other side of town, a new studio opened, Brown's Dance Academy. Children laughed as they learned steps, their shoes squeaking against polished floors. On the wall hung a photo of Aaliyah's brother, smiling, watching over her. Every evening now, as the lights dimmed and the children went home, Malik was waiting at the door, not as a client, not as a savior, but as her husband. Together, they proved that love wasn't about where you began, but about who believed in you enough to walk beside you. The millionaire who loved the dancer who found her freedom, and together they wrote a story money could never buy.